Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Aaron Trevino, and we are here in beautiful Houston, Texas. How you doing, Henry?
How are you guys? So today I'm going to share with you how is it that I earn my living by building a house in this beautiful lot. This area in Houston is called Trinity Gardens, and I'm a builder. I've been in business for about 6 years here in Houston, and basically what I do is I build affordable housing for people in the city of Houston. And what that means is that according to the income that you receive on an annual basis, the city will help you qualify for this type of homes that I build, and then they will also give you a grant to qualify for your house as that down payment. Now let me show you what the house looks like. It's about 1,485 square foot total. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. This is what the elevation or the front of the house is going to look like. And this is basically what the side plan is going to be. So you have beautiful 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's going to be, like I was mentioning to you, it's going to be 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. It's going to be open concept. And what does that mean? That means that your family room, your dining room, and your kitchen area are all connected into ones without dividing walls. So, you know, if you're cooking, you can actually see what your kids are doing or playing in the family room, or if they're actually eating their lunch or not, or dinner in the dining room. So it's very modern construction. We're going to show you around the neighborhood and see the before and after projects that we have going on here. And we basically build this for a starter family home, if you may. What do I mean by that? Is usually younger people with 1 or 2 children, and this is going to be their first home. And because we understand as affordable housing builders that they may not have all the necessary resources to making that happen, the city of Houston provides them with this down payment grant so they can close on their house and they can actually get their first house. We're back. So as I mentioned to you guys, we're in Trinity Gardens. We're actually, Houston is a loop, and we're actually in the northeast part of Houston, okay? Really close to the 10 freeway and the 610. Now, Trinity Gardens has been an area that needed some rejuvenation, if you may, over the last 10-20 years. So what the city has decided to do is to focus in this area to make it a lot more beautifying the area. And how do we accomplish that? Is by building these beautiful houses. And I'm going to show you what the before is going to look like here in the lot if you want to follow me. But I can tell you firsthand is that there used to be a house here before. How do I know that? Because there's gas lines that were here before. We don't know if the house burned down or they just demolished it. We don't know at that point. All I know is that I'm responsible for building this house here. Okay, like I mentioned to you before, it's going to be about 1,482 square feet total, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and it's going to look fairly similar to the house that is right next door to us, which we'll show you around the neighborhood in just a few minutes. Some of the other things that we look for is to be able to have utilities available to us. If you happen to pan out the camera over there, so we already have electricity, which is really, really, really good. As I mentioned to you guys, we have gas and we have water. If you want to turn around right over here, here's the fire hydrant. So we're all set for our construction. Now we're just waiting for the city of Houston to approve the plans in roughly 2 or 3 weeks, and then we can start building our house. Some of the other things that we look for in the lot that it'd be fairly even. Luckily for me, we don't have that many houses or brush that we need to clear out. So it's pretty much ready for construction at this point in time. If you guys want to walk with me, I can show you a little bit more. If you guys want to follow me, I can show you a little bit more what is it that I look for as a builder. One of the most important things is that the lot doesn't have any imperfections or huge holes or anything like that that make when it rains really hard for us to have stagnant water. So as you guys can see, the lot is fairly level right now. I understand that we're going to have to grade it properly. Grading means that the bulldozer actually comes, is going to take out some of the dirt and make it even for us to be able to start the construction. So we're gonna grade it out, and I guess we have some goodies in the back of the lot. Let's go find out. It seems to me like we have a trailer and a couple of other things, so follow me. As you can see, back here there was a couple of bonfires going on, some trash that we need to clean, and guess what? Somebody left us a trailer back here, which is obviously going to have to remove from the property. I think it's missing one of the tires. Another thing that we're going to have to do is completely enclose the property. And what do I mean by that? See the neighbor's fence? We're actually going to have to put up a fence on our side of the property that is going to cover all three sides. So it's going to be covering the right hand side, the back, and the left over here. So our new house owners are not going to deal with anything that's going on the other side of the property. In addition to that, we have beautiful existing trees that we're not going to cut down this time around because we're not going to build back here. So they have built-in shade. They're gorgeous. I don't know how old they are, but they're very old and really beautiful trees. So what we're going to do is come down a little bit, and that's about it. Other than that, what I can tell you is that the entire process from beginning to end, once we start construction here in Houston, it takes about 4 months with inspections and so forth, depending upon the weather, of course. Right now is the middle of November, and as you can see, it's fairly hot down here. So luckily for us, we're going to be able to start the project within a couple of weeks and finish around February or March. I know that in the north you can't really do this, but here we can. All right, guys, so we have covered what is it that we're going to be building over here, but what I wanted to do now is show you what is the neighborhood looking like right now, and how is it going to look like in a few years from now. So a lot of people ask me, Henry, why is it that you like to build in these areas? And it's fairly simple. We're providing affordable housing for people that really need it, because in the city of Houston it's really hard to find affordable housing to begin with anyways, but we're also beautifying our city. And I'm going to show you how in just a few minutes with these beautiful homes that are coming up in the neighborhood. Stay tuned.
Got some new construction here down the street here on Hoffman. Definitely looks like the area is taking off. What do you think, Henry?
Absolutely. It's happening, and it's happening a lot faster than people imagine. Within a year or two, what happens is a lot of small builders like myself, we come here and we change the area for better. So not only do the existing home values go up, but the new houses that we're putting in, they skyrocket in price. So making it a win-win situation for everybody that lives around the neighborhood. Like that one there.
Oh, it's gonna look like this one here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I know it's really hard to tell from a piece of paper what a finished product is going to look like, but this is pretty much what the house is going to look like when we get done. Do you like it?
Absolutely, looks pretty.
Yeah, let me drove by really slow so you can appreciate it.
Okay.
So give it 5 months and that piece of land is going to look like this. All right, guys, so we're back. So just as a reference point, our lot is about halfway down the street on the right-hand side over there. So we literally just moved about half a block down, and I wanted to show you what the neighborhood is turning into right now. So this is one of the other builders in the area. I wanted to show you. As you can see, the house is almost completed at this point. It's just missing a few bricks and so forth on the front elevation, the front of the house, and they're going to grade it, put the driveway, sod, and pretty much is done. Now, come over here. Let me show you what the first stages of the construction look like. So then the framers come in and they actually frame the house. I know that there's different building methods in the United States. Here in Houston, we actually use the frame stick method. So we use lumber. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you now what the interior of the house is pretty much going to look like. You know, it's going to be very, very, very similar. So it's going to be a 2-car garage, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths inside, so follow me and let's show you how we build a house. I know that it's very loud, so follow me here. So this is what the garage is going to look like. Follow me. They're going to be 8-foot ceilings. Actually here in Houston, because we have hurricanes, we have to put these straps right there for wind protection. This is what the piping is going to look like. This is actually for the gas running into the house. Now let's go into the house. Let me show you. This is going to be the laundry room. So you have your washer and your dryer right here, so you'll already have your plumbing connections. This is actually the kitchen. We have a little bit of a fireplace. We have the patio back here. And let's go into the bedrooms now. So this is going to be the master bedroom. Let me show you. The master bedroom, as you guys can see, is fairly huge, right? And we have your walk-in closet with a shower. Another closet, and your sinks right here. Now we're going to walk down through the hallway, and we're going to show you the other bedroom. So as you walk into the hallway, you can go either left or right, and we're going to have 2 bedrooms right here. First, we're going to walk into the left. This would be your second bedroom with a closet. Okay. What we do is we actually put lighting inside the closets. We make them smart closets in that they can detect if you're going to be in and out, and they actually turn on and turn off by themselves. Follow me. This is going to be the bathroom for both of those bedrooms with a shower. And this is the third bedroom facing the street. The house, as you guys can see, we're in the patio. We just saw the master bedroom. So follow me, we're going to go into the backyard. The back of the house is going to have a really nice patio here. Okay, it's going to be a covered patio, so people can have, you know, a little coffee table and chairs and so forth, so they can enjoy the backyard. And over here is their way oversized garden. By the way, not too many places here in Houston we get to enjoy such a huge garden, but here in Trinity Gardens, the lots are usually 7,000 to 10,000 square feet. So a 1,500 to 2,000 square foot home has 8,000 square feet to enjoy by themselves back here. And once again, this house has already been graded. This is what I was telling you guys. So it's completely flat back here, so it's not going to flood, you know, when we have severe thunderstorms or a hurricane, for that matter. What I can see from this house, all we have to do now is fence it in, put a little bit of sod down here, and it's a wrap. What we need to do up here? Well, first of all, we actually need to put what is called tech shield. It's actually plywood, and it has a metal barrier on the other side that actually deflects the rays of the sun, you know, upwards, so your house always stays really cool. What do I mean by that? The difference between the temperature in the attic and the house is going to be roughly 30 or 40 degrees. So you can imagine the attic may be 120, but your house downstairs in the middle of the summer is always going to stay cool, you know, in the 80s, lower 80s, high 70s. That's really, really important here, because you can run up a huge electric bill in the summer in Texas, really fast. So once we put the tech shield down, then we actually put the roof shingles, and as you guys can see, we have a fireplace already set up. So more than likely what they're going to do in this construction, they're actually going to put some type of stone around it, maybe some bricks. So once again, tech shield, roof shingles, and maybe some stone or some bricks to match the elevation of the house. All right, so a lot of people ask me, Henry, does affordable housing construction means you get in a cheaper quality construction? The answer is no, because the city of Houston makes us build the houses according to the IBC code, International Building Code. So we need to follow the same norms, rules, and regulations that anybody else does when we're building the houses. So we use yellow pine, okay? It needs to be reinforced just like anywhere else. We need to use the windstorm clippings, if you can see, so that the house or the roof doesn't blow away when we have a hurricane. And we also use high impact windows. We must have those at every single construction site for two reasons. One is because they're energy savings. So if you guys were to look at here, this is exactly what we're utilizing for U factor, the solar heating, and the visible transmitted percentages. So we need to leave this up until the end of inspection because the inspectors want to see that we actually use real impact windows here in Houston when we're building our houses. In addition to that, this type of windows, not only are they high impact, but they actually make it a lot more easy for people to be able to stay in the house because I don't know if you can tell, they're a little bit polarized. So it's not like the sun rays are hitting you extremely hard when you're inside the house, therefore making your house a lot more cool, or cooler if you may, in the middle of the summer when it gets here over 110 degrees. So, follow me. We discussed basically all aspects of the house, so I'm going to bring you here into living room and dining room area. So what you guys are going to notice automatically is that the coffer ceilings, or the addition to the ceilings, is going to be roughly about 11, 12 foot. Don't quote me on that because it's not my construction, okay, so I don't have the plans in front of me, but I can tell you that they have raised about 3 or 4 feet the 8-foot ceilings around the house. And what does it mean? It's going to give the house a lot of more perspective. It's going to feel a lot bigger than what it actually is, so that's the trick that we use here in construction, so that the houses look a lot bigger and a lot wider than what they actually are. It's a small visual trick, but it works like a charm. Okay, so now the last part of the house, we're back again in the garage, and a couple of things here. In Houston, we actually placed the garage, excuse me. In Houston, we actually placed the water heater inside the garage for several reasons. One is because we don't want the water heater to be flooding the attic in any case of explosion or leaks, whatever the case may be. But also is because when the repair people come to the house, it's easy access for them. Traditionally, we're going to put it right here. As you can see, they already installed the gas lines for it. So, why is that important? As a homeowner, you don't want service people to come into your house. Think about it, it's kind of rainy, it's stormy, it's muddy, dirty, and they're tracking dirt all the way inside your house. And it's also security risk, right? So we want to eliminate as many risks as possible. So this is where the water heater is going to go. They come in, they fix it, and they leave. They never have to even come into the house. This is a typical 2-car garage. I know a lot of pickup trucks. I'm a pickup truck driver myself. It's not going to fit in here. I understand that. But if you happen to have a normal SUV and a small car, a medium-sized car, a Tesla if you have one, they're going to fit here no problem. Now, this is the back of the entrance of the house. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to put a driveway that is going to connect the house to the road over there, to the main street. And how do we do that? It's actually going to be sectioned into squares with rebar, and then the guys come with the concrete pump they pump it and they actually flatten the concrete as they go laying it down. Consequently, you have a drop, an angle. So all the water that comes from the driveway is going to go straight down to here. Underground water and sewage. Well, here in Houston it's a hit or miss situation. So we don't have underground sewage. So actually we have these. So the water is actually going to flow down here to this ditch. Okay? And we're actually installing a culvert pipe. And that culvert pipe is going to drain the water from one side to the other. So let me show you what I mean. Follow me, we're going to go across the street. See right here, this is what the culvert pipe is. Pipe code needs to be 24 inches in diameter, so the water is going to flow from one side of the driveway to the other, and consequently it's going to push the water from the beginning of the street all the way down here. And in times when we have a hurricane or a huge thunderstorm, we have 3, 4, 5 feet of water coming down really hard at once. So these ditches work extremely well so that your houses don't get flooded, believe it or not. We can move a lot of water really fast with this ditch method. And we start wrapping the house, so we use actually this thick plastic material called Tyvek. You know, I don't know if you can appreciate it, but where it says multi-vinyl lumber, that's actually the Tyvek. That prevents from termites and humidity getting into the house, believe it or not, and it works extremely well. So we wrap up in Tyvek, then we put the windows, and we flash the windows. What does that mean? We actually put that aluminum tape around the windows so we prevent any leaks both inside or out. I gotta move the truck, I'll be back. Now, our house is going to have stucco, so this is exactly what it's going to look like. They're actually going to come, the workers, they're actually going to put a little bit of pocket on the front of it, and then see, I don't know if you can appreciate it, but they're actually painting the side of it now. And we put stone on the bottom, so it gives it that elegant look and feel to the house. So it may be affordable housing, but those are beautiful homes that any other place, for example in Los Angeles, would cost $1 million for this particular house, believe it or not. All right guys, so we're at the end of the street, and now I'm going to show you what building affordable housing really means. There was really nothing here. It was a bunch of empty lots or burned down homes, and look, you have all brand new houses here, one right after the other. Obviously they're in different stages of construction, and what you will find is that most of the houses are already sold before we even finish the construction, which is amazing demand for this type of housing in the city of Houston, because like I mentioned to you before, there's really nothing else around here that people can buy for this type of price. So they're beautiful homes, and if you want to pan out, Aaron, to the right, this is literally what the houses look like when they get done. Now in this particular house, they actually put the steel fence around it, you know, with the electric remote control opener. And basically this is what's happening in this area.
Wow.
So this is the before photos, okay, to what you just saw happening. Obviously This area was in a serious state of disrepair, but now we're making it beautiful. So people want to live here now. And it's very well situated. So the city of Houston has different types of programs available to the community. This one is called the Single Family Home Repair Program, by which we actually grant you money to fix your home. And believe it or not, in this case, we're starting from the ground up. So the owner decided to tear down his house. They didn't have enough money to rebuild this house, and that's exactly what's happening now. The only difference is that this house is actually being built on pilings. In this particular case, they're using concrete blocks as pilings. Whereas where I showed you a block away, it's our construction site, that's actually going to be on concrete slab. So Aaron, I would like to thank you for inviting me to be part of your program, as well as your viewers. And by this, I would like to say goodbye and thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you again. And stay tuned, there's going to be more videos coming up for you guys. Take care, bye.
Hey everyone, this is Aaron signing off from Houston, Texas. Thank you so much, Henry. Appreciate you showing us around.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Looking forward to seeing you guys again. Come back soon.